The top 10 taxes you pay in the UK. Number 10. Self-employed income tax in the UK. If you're the self-employed owner of a limited company in the UK, you'll be liable to pay UK corporation taxes, although what you are taxed depends on whether you're classified as a resident or a non-resident taxpayer in the UK. In general, the same UK corporation taxes, rates and rules apply to both residents and non-residents, with residents paying taxes on their worldwide income whilst non-residents are only taxed on their UK-based income. Of course, everybody gets a little bit of tax-free income before they have to start paying the piper. Number 9. Car, road and airport taxes within the UK. If you drive in the UK, you will need to pay car and road tax, including when you register your car with a DVLA, Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency, and the amount does vary per vehicle type, with car and road taxes in the UK based on factors such as the size of the engine, type of the fuel used, and CO2 emissions. Famously, of course, people get angry at cyclists and say they don't pay road tax. When they do, they pay exactly as much road tax as they need to, because it doesn't do any fumes. Apart from human fumes, we're not going to get into that. The rates for alternative fuel cars are £10 lower than for petrol and diesel cars, and you can see these payment rates in the table of UK car and road tax rates. Number 8. Import and export taxes in the UK. All goods imported from outside the UK are subject to tariffs and custom duties, with a few exceptions. You can use an online tool to check the tariff and VAT rates on various imported goods, and for further insight, look for a business consultant in an online directory. Number 7. Company taxes and VAT rates in the UK. Businesses operating in the UK must pay corporation tax on any profits accrued. For the year 2021-22, the normal rate of corporation tax is 19%. A lower rate of 10% is applied when the profits can be attributed to the exploitation of patents, while specifically, corporation taxes apply in certain cases. In general, companies operating in the UK will also need to charge and pay VAT at a level of 20%, although there are some exceptions. VAT returns must be filed every month or every 3 months, depending on the size of the company, and non-resident companies are subject to UK corporation tax only on income received from UK property. You're probably beginning to understand why the people who get away with not paying tax have to pay quite clever people to help them do it, because it's frankly a labyrinth of absolute nonsense. Number 6. Inheritance tax in the UK. Inheritance tax in the UK is a one-time payment paid on the value of a deceased's estate if above a set threshold, currently £325,000. Any value higher than the threshold is taxed at 40%. For example, your estate is worth £500,000 and your tax-free threshold is £325,000. The inheritance tax charge will be 40% of £175,000. That's £500,000 minus £325,000. We're getting there? Good. If you pass on your main residence to a direct descendant, they have an additional inheritance tax threshold of £175,000, which makes it easier for direct descendants to inherit family homes. Number 5. UK tax on rental income. Net proceeds from renting property in the UK are income for both residents and non-residents. Special rules apply for renting out a single room, renting out your property for holiday purposes, and if you are an overseas landlord, one of the rare, shiny, collectible landlords. Net proceeds are gross rental receipts minus allowable expenses. I hope you're taking all this down, there will be an exam. And the UK disallows most capital expenses against rent, including the cost of buying or improving the property, depreciation, and some mortgage interest. Depreciation is when things lose value over time. It's not just when people don't appreciate you anymore. That's just called being on YouTube. Number 4. Property taxes in the UK. According to OECD, the UK has the second highest property taxes in the developed world after the United States. UK property tax revenue accounts for more than 1/10 of total taxes, around 12.5%, from the use, transfer and the ownership of property in the UK. When you buy a property in the UK over a certain threshold, you must pay stamp duty land tax, or SDLT, as very few people ever call it. SDLT only applies to residential properties valued at more than £125,000, or to non-residential land and properties bought for more than £150,000. For reference, if you're outside of the UK, for £125,000, in London you could probably buy a shed. Number 3. UK social security taxes. If you're working in the UK, both you and your employer will most likely need to make national insurance contributions, NICs. There is no ceiling to such contributions and they are not deductible from compensation for income tax purposes. Here's a brief outline of NIC regulations. Primary Class 1 NIC is payable by the employee at 12% for earnings. Secondary Class 1 NIC is payable by employers at 13.8% on total compensation over the earnings threshold, whilst Class 1A NIC is paid by the employer only on most payments/benefits in kind, such as rent, car, school fees, and so on. Now, I've briefly outlined national insurance contributions. You, same as me, still doesn't really understand it. Just pay it, all right? Number 2. Taxes on goods and services in the UK. Value-added taxes, or VAT, in the UK apply to almost all goods and services. These may also be applicable to goods that you bring to the UK from abroad if you exceed the limits. New rules introduced in January 2021 mean that if you import or order items online from outside of the UK and the total does not exceed £135, you pay VAT at the point of sale. The standard commercial tax rate in the UK is 20%, although certain goods and services are subject to lower UK commercial tax rates. Although, it doesn't matter what's happening at the moment, if you're sending stuff back and forward from Europe right now, it's a pain in the bum and you end up getting charged all over the place for all sorts of weird reasons. Number 1. Local taxes in the UK. Local governments are responsible for administering council tax in the UK. In addition, they levy a limited number of fees and charges, such as street parking fees. That's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching another Top Media video. Don't forget to hit that very important bell icon, the subscribe button, and to support us on Patreon. As they say, pennies make pounds, and your support would go a very long way for our channel.